Okay, let's talk about the summary section. There are so many points to this one that it's going to deserve its own slide before we get started. So here are the first things I want you to know. Unlike the 120 character headline, which is just your short little slogan, here you've got 2,000 characters to work with to really tell your story in your profile summary. So you're going to want to write it to help your customers self-identify themselves, right? What are the pains they're trying to solve? Are they trying to increase sales, or are they trying to reduce costs? Are they trying to increase availability? Are they trying to minimize the delays? Whatever it happens to be, you want to make sure, again, that they quickly self-identify themselves by what you write in your summary. Again, put on your marketing cap and also write it in the first person, right? I help companies do this. You want to use bullets. That helps increase the readability to the human eye. And you also want to use keywords to increase the chances that you get found, or your profile is a result of a search engine, either within LinkedIn or in Google or other search engines. Then finally, it's a great place to add your contact information. Again, even though there are specific fields in the LinkedIn profile for contact information, it's nice to just have it right out in the narrative of your summary section as well. Summary is also a great place to put media, but we're going to cover that in another lesson. So those are the elements. Let's go take a look at the profile and then the mechanics of how you actually edit this information in. So here's my profile here, and if we scroll down just a little bit below the header information and the published content, we can see here is a look at my summary section. And you can see, again, I'm writing it for the customer. I'm writing things like, are you a marketing or sales leader that wants to do these things? Industry served, got some bullet points there to increase the readability, reasons why companies hire me. I've got the content in there in terms of my contact information. And I've got media in here in terms of video and images and a couple of different layers. We could go even further there to, again, kind of spice it up a little bit. And so what we want to do here is actually take a look at, okay, what's the best way to actually craft that? And now to do that, we're actually going to start with a rough draft in Microsoft Word. So again, the easiest way is to just start over here in Microsoft Word. That gives you a little bit more flexible drawing board in order to start with a draft and polish it up until it fits. It also gives you some advantages of allowing you to use things like some symbols by using Microsoft Word, like the little stars here and the check marks that are, a little bit fancier than you can do in the actual editing tool over in the LinkedIn sort of word processing screen. And the other advantage, of course, of being in Microsoft Word is you can do a character count to know exactly what you're working with here. So again, spaces count. So if I came in here and I just looked at the one that I've got in there right now, I can come up into Microsoft Word and click on the word count tool, and I can come down here and see on this measurement counting spaces that I have 1,260 characters, which means I'm about 60% of that 2,000 character limit. So I could go on a little bit longer if I wanted to, but I think this is a pretty reasonable amount of information for people to absorb in the summary. So I'm just going to go ahead and go with that. And what I could do is, once I get it the way I want it in my Microsoft Word, of course, I'm just going to copy that information. When I come back over to my LinkedIn profile, then I'm just going to come up and actually go into the edit mode. And then to come down into the edit mode, of course, I'm just going to scroll over it here, where it's going to give me the opportunity to paste in that entire block. In this case, it's the exact same thing, but I could just come in and paste it right there from my Word document into my LinkedIn summary section. And there I have a well-crafted summary with a variety of types of information in it, pepped up with some symbols, some easy readability bullet points, and my contact information.